I said, hey, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. I said, hey, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. We're gonna drink a fine whiskey and smoke a really fine cigar.
It is time for happy hour. It's the Man Cave Happy Hour. Whiskey, cigars, spirits, and stories that go along with them. I'm Jamie Flanagan.
I'm August Skitchlag.
And it is happy hour.
It's Skeleton Crew happy hour today.
It is. Yeah. We were getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
I know. The room's either full of people and there's
Yeah.
not enough chairs, or we're just the two of us with an intimate podcast setting.
Just the two of us.
Second time this week I've seen you.
Yeah.
I enjoyed spirits.
Yes. Susie's was lit up.
It was.
Susie's
It was.
Bar in Hamtramck, definitely a good place to hang your hat for an evening if you're in the area.
I think we sold her about 15 shirts too, at least.
Oh my God! Everybody wanted my shirt.
Everybody
I was out the
wants
next
a shirt.
day.
Yeah, I was out the next day with it on too. That
Mhm.
Detroit shirt. I put it on Instagram, and I'm getting messages from women I went on one date with. That's a hit actress. I'm like, she's like, I need this shirt. I'm like, go to Susie's. When you want to go?
Yeah, it's
See
they're
you
out.
there.
She's out. She's out.
Is she
though.
out?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Then,
So
then this will make her go get some more, and she'll keep.
Punch.
pumping
She
them out.
said she'll be restocked by Punchki Day.
That's a little
So-
late. She should hurry on that one.
Yeah. I got to
She should
strike
get
while
moving.
the iron's
She should
hot.
get moving on that one. Yeah.
It's a Honolulu blue with a big white Polish eagle on it, and it's got the Detroit. It says Detroit.
Yeah. There's no trademark violations, no Lions, no football, nothing. It's kind of mixed in it, but it just says Detroit.
just says
it.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Yep. It's
Almost
in
a cheater
silver.
font.
It is. Yeah.
A cheating font.
Cheating fun. But so yeah, it was a gorgeous evening, and it's a fun night out in Michigan. That's what we're talking about today. We're flying Ace.
Yes, this one's
Not
new
flying-
to me.
flying
This one's new to
aces.
me. Flying aces, not flying aces. You have
Flying
to put
aces.
the Michigan S on
Got to
the.
put that Michigan S on it.
Yeah,
They should know better.
American made, straight beer, made in America, proudly bottled in Michigan. So
And we got some Michigan snacks.
yeah,
Some Detroit
yeah,
snacks.
Detroit snacks. I'm always diving into the Vernors at these podcasts anyway. So.
And yeah, so that's wanted to talk a little bit about Michigan stuff, and then we got a bottle. I don't know if we'll crack into it or not because we got a couple other treats. We might hang on to this fella and do this with Foxy Loxy. Beer barrel, bourbon spirits.
Say it
and
fast
it's,
3 times.
Nope, they're in Michigan,
Nope.
but they are Michigan, and they distill
Yeah, it's New Holland, isn't it?
in Michigan. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but same thing with Flying Ace, but they originally were sourcing.
Yeah, it
So-
looks like it says that we expertly blend hand-selected mature whiskeys aged in charred oak barrels to bring. So this is a blend. It's either out of
MGP.
was it Stockton or Cincinnati, or were they?
Illinois.
Okay.
Yeah, that's MGP. I don't know
Hey,
how they
you-
create as much booze as they do to, how did they plan that far ahead to have that much booze to share out with people?
I mean, like no one knows where Bibb and Tucker comes from.
right?
Who's making that stuff?
Bibb and Tuck is gorgeous.
It's great. It's a great bottle, and like people don't really know that because they don't know it doesn't have that Weller label on it or that something. It just kind of sits there on the shelves and like
as long
grab
as it's,
some Bibb and Tucker if you see it, folks.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
delicious. It's a great bottle.
and it's a very, very cool bottle.
It's a
to
cool
have on your
bottle. It's
bar,
a good
too.
aesthetic bottle, and it's a good tasting, 100
And it-
proof.
and it's yummy as hell.
It's yummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's well blended, and I'm not afraid of blends. I'll say this over and over again. If it tastes
Mhm.
good, blend it. I don't need that snobbery of that single barrel, or it's blend it so it's consistent. So one thing that Budweiser does really well.
Yes.
Every can of Budweiser, no matter where the hell you are, it tastes exactly as shitty. Consistently bad.
Oh,
I get the same headache from Bud Light no matter what state I'm drinking it in.
well, Bud Light, yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of sugar in that, and that's what gets you. That's what gets
Yeah.
you. So what is your favorite Detroit beer? Is there a Detroit beer anymore? Really? I mean, just with the micros and the
our micros.
you
There's
know.
nothing better out there than the Kunin's Drippa.
Yeah.
And the Grand Rabbits from Black Rocks.
but it's not like Stroh's anymore. We
don't have that
We had
generic beer.
Stroh's.
I
We
mean,
don't have,
I guess maybe All Day IPA.
Mhm,
I mean, the All Day is kind of like the most consistent seller that I see out there
mhm.
because people
But
can
that's
buy
great.
it by they'll buy it by a 24 pack, right?
Right.
It's the only craft beer I see besides Solid Gold.
Mhm.
It's Founders. Those are both Founders beers. They're sold in like 24 packs.
Yeah.
Everything else that's local is sold in 4 packs or
Yeah.
small 6s, and they're high octane and they're crafty.
Yeah.
Those are beers that pump out like drinking like a Labatt's, you know.
But
and,
still, that's Grand Rapids. That's like, you know,
yeah, it's not Detroit,
Michigan.
but it's Michigan.
Yeah.
In Detroit, I don't know what they're making
Yeah.
out of Brew Detroit right now that they're selling in 24 packs.
Yeah.
There's probably something I'm missing it, and I'm going to get angry texts if anyone's listening. But they were pumping out. There was that 313 for a little while. There was that Polish, the 313 Polish lager.
Yeah.
But again, that was the only stuff I saw. I didn't see it in 12 packs. You know,
So
it wasn't a lawnmower beer.
What is your favorite? It can be anything. Music, food, drink, fashion, anything. What is the most favorite Detroit thing?
Oh, mine is Verner's by far. I'm a Verner's guy.
Verner's?
Yes. It cured your tummy aches as a kid. It mixes with my cocktails great now. And it's also incredibly refreshing to pull out of a cooler in the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
My consistent go-to since I was a kid has always been Verner's.
Okay.
There's plenty of great things out there. There's some good whiskeys coming out of Detroit City Distillery.
Oh, yeah.
There's great beer coming out of the city. I brought one of them here with me. There's the music is, come on, not even talk about Motown. We have that. I go to the Motown, to those Northern Soul parties all the time.
I'm gonna cheat.
Yeah. All right,
I'm gonna cheat, and I'm gonna say my favorite thing is Hamtramck.
Aw, near and dear to my heart
because in Hamtramck I had all that music in the 80s and the 90s. Right.
Yeah.
And then it's where my mom grew up, and my grandmother, they lived right on Kniff there, right across from St. Lad's. And but then all the Polish food, right, down at Bozek's. And
I was a city clerk there for 8 years and bartended there for 16. So you're preaching to the choir on Hamtramck.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was an option.
That was we're
talking about the products.
I was say everything. I said it could be anything.
That's true.
It could be anything.
And
that was my cheat, because I was going to pose that question to you, and I'm like, oh, how would I answer that question? And I'm like, I don't know. But if I had to narrow it down to a product, I'm crazy about the Better Made chips. I just the crisps.
Yeah, I get it.
So I'm that's even over the Verner's, over the Pop, I would pick if I for some reason left and someone was shipping me something, would I ask for Verner's or would I ask for the chips? I would probably ask for the chips.
I would ask for the Verner's only because I think that there's other potato chips that are good. Yeah. Whereas I drink a Verner's and I drink a Canada Dry, I'm like, no. I drink a Seagram's, I'm like, nope. No good. And I can eat a potato chip and say that's delicious.
Okay.
But I can't do that with Verner's in another ginger.
There is nothing.
Very few.
No, there is nothing like it. Okay. Yeah. I'll give you that. But I still get the chips.
Take the chips. And it doesn't mean that I haven't mixed my whiskey with Canada Dry before, but
sure.
You take what you got in a pinch. But
So Flying Ace, they are distilling their own now, right? Is what they're saying.
Distilled in Indiana and bottled by Flying Aces Spirits, Holland, Michigan. But if they are distilling now, that must be on their website. It must be a new thing.
Yeah. God, this bottle is a good year and a half old.
Okay.
So they were founded in 2020, so it's 2024 now.
Gotcha.
Their barrels are reaching that age, that the proper age to be able to crack them open, and so they probably, if you're starting out, I mean, you kind of have to source, get that pop on he's going to open that bottle. Get it on the. Oh, that fresh crack. There we are.
I played it out a little bit. Get the little squeaky sound.
Squeaky. All right. So we're going to give this Flying Ace. Now, our friend Joe at Keikos, Joe Keikos, he sold me on this. He's like, it's complex.
So I poured a little more than usual because I figured we'll sip it, then we'll try it with either an ice cube or some water, and then try it the different ways. So
he said but he sold me on it. He's like,
okay,
this bottle is as good as, and he wow. He named like some of the big dogs that people, those allocated bottles. He goes, it's going to be as interesting and complex for you as any of those. And I'm like, all right, you got me, man. It's small batch.
It is small batch.
And it's and they do it in gratitude to the men and women who have selflessly served our nation as aviators.
Right. That's the whole. Yeah. There's a whole write up on the back about that. I even have my glasses on.
So they're
straight bourbon whiskey inspired by generations of American aviators who melded a maverick spirit of adventure with a commitment to precision in their endeavors. We expertly blend hand-selected mature whiskeys aged in charred new oak barrels to bring you an undeniably smooth and uniquely American spirit that is best shared amongst those who chart their own course. Well, God knows that's me.
Mhm.
We thank you for the support, your friends at Flying Ace. So that's right off
Yeah.
the bottle. That's nothing that I wrote. That's no no speech. It's no Wikipedia page. That's just
No.
right off the bottle.
Yeah. But
So-
it's sorry. So what are you getting on?
All right.
Ooh,
There's a sniff
yeah,
sound.
getting on the sniffy. What are you getting?
Whiskey.
Whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting some fruit. I don't know.
You guys are better at this than I am with the, your banana and your cinnamon taste that you guys will get in these
Yeah.
things. I don't get those until you say it. And I'm like, oh yeah, it is plums. That kind of stuff.
But it's not a plum. I don't know I don't know what fruit it is, but it's not quite.
I'll smell it again after I just blew my nose. Maybe the snot won't get in the way this time.
Yeah,
Well, this is
40,
84 proof, so it's
Yeah,
42%. So it's not one
42.
of those high octanes that's going to burn your taste buds off like we've been doing to ourselves.
We've been hurting
We've been
ourselves.
doing that a lot, and it's
I almost brought the Old Soul for the welcome cocktail.
oh man,
I'll bring it.
I went back to A&B and asked about that. They're like, "Oh, it's long gone, sir." I'm like, "Oh, I knew it would be." And I got my
Yeah.
brother bought all the Yellowstone of their barrel pick instead. So yeah, him and his buddies were enjoying that one for his birthday.
I got in the fruit. Yeah, with a sip. You've sipped.
Oh, this is lighter than I was expecting. It's a lighter flavor.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy peasy. For my first sip of booze, it does not burn like I was expecting it to. And that's a good thing, or maybe it just means I'm, drink too much. Just dropped an ice cube in mine.
Yeah, it's sweet. No, there's a sweetness.
It's very sweet. It is very
there's
sweet. Yeah.
a sweet to it. I think he was saying, it was like an Angel's Envy. It would be comparable, because it was a moderately priced bottle.
What's your definition of moderately priced these days?
Yeah,
No.
that's
I picked up a $28 bottle of Myers single barrel dark rum aged in Sazerac barrels, and it is delicious. I'm like, what? $29? Saw it at A&B. I'm like, I got to grab this. I've never seen it before, and it's definitely in the price range.
Yeah,
So that's what I've been sipping on.
rum.
Yeah, rum. I love sipping on dark rums,
Yeah,
like Pirate and Pilar.
This is like about a $35 bottle.
Oh, that's fine.
So it's moderate. That's moderately priced, right? So,
Mm.
I mean,
I agree.
Your Buffalo Trace is coming in at 26, 27.
I thought it was more than that.
28.
Now.
Well,
It was
if
Yeah.
you get it at the suggested retail price,
if you're getting it at Kroger and
27,
that week
28.
they have it on the shelves. Yeah.
Yeah, but other places are gonna pinch you a little bit more for that, but still at 34. I think this is a little more. I think it's lighter than Buffalo Trace.
It is much lighter than Buffalo Trace. It's lighter than. I just put an ice cube in it and watered
sweeter.
it out a little bit. It is sweeter. Is that no? I'm not the mash bill guy like Foxy is. Does that mean there's more corn that makes
Yeah,
it
I don't
sweeter?
know. I'm not sure.
I think that's what he used to say. I was like, he was saying, well, it's got a higher corn mash bill.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, scientist. I don't have a degree in chemistry, but that's cool. If that's what it is, I get it.
All right. Probably should have Googled all this stuff before the
Nah.
show. The mash bill. I'm just curious if the mash bill on this bad lad comes up.
I think I liked it better straight than with the ice in it.
Yeah?
Try it again. Yeah.
This because there's a black label, and then
Is that age longer?
there's
They got a separate.
a white label. I don't know what the difference in the thing, but 3-year bourbon, 21%. It's 3 years old with 21% and 21 or 36% rye mash bills. All right. So one of these is 21 and one
we
is
got to forget it's a
36.
blend. So they're
Yeah.
using two different things
Yeah.
to get their taste that they want.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So there's 21 and 36% rye mash
Okay.
bills that they're blending. Yeah. So yeah.
So I did a little water, a little ice.
Yeah.
Now the Vernors, the way I like to drink
Yeah.
my boozes.
Sweet stone fruit, toasted rye, spice, caramel, vanilla, and
Okay.
sweet stone fruit. I don't know what sweet stone fruit
Yeah, but
is.
that's what it tastes like. Then I get it.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it because
So
it was sweet on that first
it
sip,
was,
very
yeah.
much more than I was expecting. It was like I said, it's lighter than Buffalo Trace. Little Vernors in there now, non-diet, the full flavored Vernors.
Yeah. Yeah. diet. That's
Yeah.
like kissing your sister. What's the
I
point?
mean, it's still comfortable. But no, I like that. That's nice.
Mhm.
Usually I reserve the ginger ale for those 120 proof ones after you have your couple sips and like, all right, now I just don't want to, I'm going to be a baby. I'm going to, water it down a little bit, but
It's
Yeah,
like
some ice cubes.
we do that screw, marry, kill, right? Would you?
Oh, yeah.
Would you? Just out and about? Would you marry it? Would it dead to me? I'd buy it again. I'd buy it again. I don't know.
It depends on what the other three are. The other ones I'm looking at, and
Yeah.
if I got a bottle of Buffalo Trace, a bottle of Four Roses, and a bottle of this, I'm thinking if they're all just the regular generic ones, this one's getting killed. But
Yeah.
it is something that I would buy and put on my shelf and try again. I drink it again. It's not something bad. It doesn't have any kind of like, the only things that I reject are the scotchy tasting things and the smoky tasting things.
I
Those are
almost
just not my
almost
style.
brought
They're just not my style.
because I brought the beer barrel bourbon.
And I've had
we
lots
were
of that.
going to try.
Yeah, I've had that.
We'll
lots of
do that. We'll wait and play with Foxy with that one. But there's Motor City Gas, another the one downtown Royal Oak. They're a grain to glass Michigan bourbon and spirits, but he's got one is called it's Loch Ness.
Okay.
So it's very peaty. And it's I know you don't like the Pete's.
Not
I was
my
like I was
style.
grabbing it. I was like, oh, I got some Motor City. That's a Michigan thing. I'll bring it. I'm like, oh, it's Loch Ness.
Well, you know what?
I'll
I'm going
leave
to
that
drink.
one at
If we
home.
do one from their spot and we're doing a flight of their stuff, I'm going to pretend I like it.
Yeah.
But
No, you don't have
but
to do it.
I know it's just not my flavor profile.
Right.
This is fine. Like I like a blended whiskey.
Mhm.
Sometimes they go over the top with everybody's barrel picks, and everyone has their nuances, and everyone's different. And this is aged this many times, and this is how many oak staves were in it, and some of it's all good.
Yeah.
I got a bottle of the. I was gifted from our friend Conrad. Gifted me for my birthday a bottle of the Michter's American whiskey. It's a blend. It's goddamn delicious. Perfect. That's what I would kind of compare this to when you do these blends like this. That they
Mhm.
want to get their flavor, their style. I think like Michter's is a standard. Then come at me, bro, with your blend and see if you can do better.
Maybe this was even less than the 38 because I'm on this website that you can order stuff, Caskers, and the Flying Ace is at 32, and guess how much a Buffalo Trace is on this website?
No, probably $40.
89.
Whoa! Is it gonna be? It's like a Magnum.
No, that's what I was looking. It was like, is that the gallon? Is that but no, it's a 750 mil. It's like, oh,
Wow. Okay.
bandits.
Yeah.
I had gone there for the mash bill. It's like, holy shiitake mushrooms. Not in this lifetime.
Holy shiitake mushrooms. Yeah, I'm not paying that much for that one. But I don't know. You never know what you're seeing. So all right. What else we got? We got some other stuff on the table here. That's Michigan.
I do. We got
Michigan-based.
we got the Better Made chips.
Better Made
We're
chips are
enjoying
here.
chips. Shout out to Cars Nuts.
Well, I know Carr. I don't know if he wants you to talk about his nuts.
Okay. Dad
Dad joke of the day. I like Carr's nuts.
I like Cars
I do
Nuts. Those one of my favorites. And of course, I had the Vernors out here, which you tapped into over your
I
cocktail.
cracked the burners just to to try that. And I see.
I had to.
So is that your boys at Zim's? You love your Zim's vodka.
And so it's made in Poland, but then
the
imported
owners
here
owners are
through
Michigan guys,
they're
right?
Michigan guys,
Yeah.
right? So they came up with that. Just giving a shout out to our boys from Zim's. It used to be on the shelf in Kroger.
Okay.
I haven't been seeing it. It was
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
pre-pandemic.
If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't know much about it. It's not something I've spotted, but
They tend towards the higher end.
yeah.
Not
Okay.
secondaries, but what do you call the restaurants?
Yeah.
Whatever they
Okay.
they have a name for them.
The higher, yeah.
Higher end restaurants usually that's their market. They're all about the deals.
I was at a high end restaurant the other day
You
and
know,
saw a
but
bottle of Duke and Dame up there on the shelf.
Yeah?
I called it up. I'm like, I know, I got those guys.
Yeah.
Nice dudes.
So, but Polish potato vodka, but imported through Michigan here. Good.
Now people are
stuff.
back and forth on potato versus grain vodka.
Yeah.
I have a dear friend who swears like if I drink a potato vodka, I get a headache. I can drink a cheap grain all day and be fine. It's like give me no, not Mohawk. That's the next one. Smirnoff. He goes, give me Smirnoff all day long.
Yeah.
Over any Belvedere potato.
Real.
And and his body chemistry, it just gives him a headache.
Oh, okay.
But that's interesting. And he's
Yeah.
like, trust me, we put in the research back in our 20s to figure this out. We proved his theory.
Well, Zims is new. He should try. He should.
Well, I have no problem. I don't have
he
that
should
issue. I don't have that issue.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. He should give it a whirl. Yeah. And it's interesting because it's distilled once, right? Vodka's 4 times. I was at a big box liquor place, and I was looking. I was like, "Oh, do you have Zims?" I was just name dropping.
Yeah.
And they're like, "No, what's that?" I'm like, it's a potato vodka. It's from Poland and imported through Michigan. They're like, "Oh, no, we don't." He goes, "Well, here, let me tell you about this one. Let me show you." He goes, "This is distilled 50 times."
Oh God. Oh boy.
And it's like some ridiculous 50XXX.
It was probably platinum 5 times or whatever
But literally it was 50 times. I'm like, yeah, but if you do it right, you only have to do it once. And he just walked away from me.
Yeah. Like in college and you're running Popov through a Brita thinking you're doing yourself a favor.
So yeah, it's still, he goes, "You'll never have a smoother vodka. It's so good, especially at this price point." And he was trying to sell me on it. And I'm like, I got my faves, man. And
I'm gonna admit to something today. I've never been inside a Total Wine, and I've never been inside a Trader Joe's.
Ah, okay.
And I've never been inside a Whole Foods. I'm on the east side.
Yeah.
There's one, I guess, in Grosse Pointe, but I've never been in any of those stores. So I guess it's something I have to learn to do here.
Yeah,
as I mature.
That's so I didn't say I was at Total Wine, but that's the big box.
That's the only big box liquor store. I mean, no one's gonna hassle you at Kroger or Meijer in the booze aisle. It's the only big box liquor store.
Yeah,
we don't. What's the one you get at the Kentucky Liquor Barn? We don't have liquor barns here.
Yeah. But that was pretty hilarious. He was like 50 times. I'm like,
great.
Okay.
Do you remember the name of it?
No, it was some. Yeah, no, I don't know if I took.
Was the bottle plastic?
Yeah. No, they went with the full glass. Yeah, they were.
My buddies own. My friends, great people that own the Lexington down in Woodbridge, which is one of those places that we want to do a whiskey tasting at because they're great. And they have a shot on the menu called the Rancor, where you get to do like 2 ounces of that platinum 2 times whatever it is in that plastic blue octagon bottle and an entire can of Red Bull in a pint glass.
Oh yeah.
And you got to slam it. And it's on the menu, and you watch people do it, and it's always people much younger than me.
Yes,
I've had a Rancor, I've done it, but it's just it's not my thing. But it's like, wow,
I don't think my heart could take it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not afraid of energy drinks, but that's oof.
I don't do.
Eesh, oof,
I don't do. All right, so what's there's another. It's not on the table. One of our favorite Michigan in a can. How do you like it in the can?
Yeah, everyone likes big cans. Well, I brought a couple things.
Yeah.
I did not bring any Blakes.
Our friend, but I'm just saying, I gotta give it. We're giving shout outs to awesome guys. Michigan stuff.
Yes.
That is like before we hung out with Mike, I'm hardcore on the Blakes. Yeah. I just love
only
Blakes.
Complaint, and this is the same one I give to them in their faces, is as soon as I fall in love with a product, they stop it and they start another one. And they start another one. Well, actually, and it's like,
they've been because Flannel Mouth, I did the Flannel Mouth, and that was the jam for a while, but Flannel Mouth is gone, and they've changed and replaced.
Rainbow Seeker's gone. That was so good.
I haven't found my new niche. I'm a little bummed.
Oh, I found a couple that I enjoy there. They're what's the blood orange one is great. Oh crap! I just had it at Fulling. It was my cider of choice.
But I just want a cider. I just want
to. Oh, you want a cider? Yeah. Well, their American Classic is great. It's fine. I went up to the.
It's not as good as the.
We had a baby's first birthday for my cousin's kid way up at not the main one, but the second one that they have. It's even farther north. I forget what it's called. The Blake's Out Patio, something or other. It was an amazing space, and the store had like 12 packs, like 4 for $40. I'm like, okay, like that. I'm just like grabbing things off the shelf, right?
Yeah.
There were 6 packs for $10 a pop. That's what it was.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So I was buying. So I grabbed a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And it's just good stuff. And the people that love El Chavo love El Chavo.
Oh,
I mean, that's like got to be their most popular one. It's not my thing. But people, that goes off the shelf at bars like Whiskey in the Jar, and it's the only cider that Baker's Streetcar Bar carries. It's the only one everyone asks for.
Right.
Everybody wants El Chavo.
All right.
So it's a good one.
All right. So you got a couple of Michigan beers. Well, are they beers? What are they?
Well, what I did
you got a couple of cans.
I've got a can here of, since COVID, they changed the carryout laws, right?
Yeah.
So you can do cocktails to go.
Okay.
So I have the house margarita from Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, WTF in Clawson.
Ooh, another
is-
place we got to do a show from.
Yes, and they know it.
Yeah.
And I am allowed back in Clawson. It's okay. I was there last Sunday when a former city councilman walked in and he said, "This is my gift to you, along with any recommendation letter you ever want to write to have me sign."
Nice.
So we need some different glasses, don't we? Maybe grab some ice.
Yeah, I'll grab one more ice and glasses.
Yeah. In the meantime, I'll tell dad jokes. I don't know what am I supposed to do here. Oh, it smells like margarita. We don't have any salt though, but that's fine. I'm usually a salt guy for my margaritas. I do a little sample of it here on camera. I know you're not used to seeing me with glasses. There we go.
Glasses, ice.
Glasses,
Ice, baby.
I was back at Eastern Palace Club. Did you go to the IT&D meetup?
I did not. I have not hit one of those. They've been doing them at the Eastern Palace
Club. Yeah. I just want to go because I want to get my new Happy Fun Society because ours expired.
Oh,
So we got to go spend some time with Mike Pierce and talk him up a little bit and get our Happy Fun Society tags again.
we got a Wally's custard on the way too.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna go the Aherns.
Matt's a dear friend of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We got it. I'll tell you, there's something on tap. So
Okay. All right.
So, all right. So this is oh wow, Margaritaville.
Yep.
Nice.
This is just their standard house margarita.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have. This is the original. They do a raspberry, a strawberry, a mango, a peach, a banana, a watermelon, or a jalapeno. But it's got the great label here from Whiskey
that's
Taco
nice.
Foxtrot, and it's a damn good generic margarita.
Yeah. So let me see that
So-
can. Yeah, get that can. That's interesting. And that's like the to-go can. Is that
Yeah.
a common
Yeah,
thing?
the to go. It is a common thing. Yep.
All right.
And it's the right way to do. I think the smarter way to do the cocktails instead of just putting the lid on it and you put a straw in it, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I like the cans with this. It's not a
Yeah.
permanent. They don't like pressure seal it. They just zip it up and put a piece of tape over it.
Yeah. That's I'm enjoying the hell out of that.
Oh, that's a delicious little margarita. Even without the
Mhm.
salt, I'm loving that.
Mm-hmm. With salt, it would be absolutely perfect. Colleen, I think, would like that. She's a fussy girl. I don't know why.
Lady.
I don't know
Fussy
why.
lady.
I don't know why she married me, but
Well,
everybody slips up now and again.
yeah, we all make mistakes.
But she likes the margaritas, and she definitely likes them with the salt. But yeah, she would dig the. She's like, she and I went, and it
Okay.
was
So that's not too far from you guys, right?
no, we're very close. But it was there were a lot of kids, and it was very, very noisy.
Oh, okay.
We were we went like it was like a weekend, prime dinner time, and I'm like, God, let's go. She's like, all right, fine, we'll go to your damn whiskey.
WTF. Yes, we do need to do the Sunday Bourbon Club because it's a taco joint with a bourbon club, which I think is just fantastic.
Mhm.
Charles Sampson's a great guy, and we're gonna
And
do something with him in the
She
future.
didn't complain about the food. She enjoyed her margarita. She just it was too
Atmosphere was too much for her.
It was too packed, which is good for them. They're
Oh,
they're
and crap,
busy.
We could do. Well, I don't know if we could do 2 podcasts in a day. We could go podcast from the back room distilling at Weiss, and have Andy Zink and Dennis Weiss and just sit on the barrels and podcast. Because that would be because they did their whole Weiss on Ice is launched now, their new remodel. So
Oh,
they themed that place up. You've been in there before, right? You've never even set foot in Weiss Distilling?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
We
all
need-
right. We need
more
to do
things
that.
we got to fix.
More things we have to fix. That has to get done. Yes,
this
that
is
has to get done.
This, I'm
I
gonna
have some time on my hands. I should do some more producing on this show.
sure
I should put my list together. And
drag us in.
I've been promising Craig a whiskey tasting. I've been promising to do the all right with Templeton and the Basil Hayden's that I have, and
Mhm.
I want to get a good time where we can get our favorite taste test girl in here to help.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. Oh, do a
Yeah.
blind right.
yes, a blind
Oh,
right,
nice.
just like we did with the Irish whiskeys. That was one of my favorite shows. I thought that one came together really well.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I love that
yeah.
Matt when he's like before he's like, that proper 12. What did he think
Yeah,
is
it's
his
gonna be
top?
garbage.
He's
you
like,
know?
son of a gun.
Yeah.
That was my favorite. That was my favorite part of that.
And I bring that up to people when we talk about proper 12 and how full flavored it was compared to the Tully, which I think is very weak flavor. And Jameson, I'm like, wow, this is a really lovely whiskey.
It was smooth. It was and
like,
you hate saying smooth, but it really is.
Well, I hated it because of Conor McGregor. I just didn't want to like it because of its spokesperson, you know. And plus, we have Bushmills and Jameson shoved down our throats for 30 years since we were kids. That was, you know, Tullamore was that was all pushed as high end.
Yeah,
you know, and you know, there's other options now, you know. And that proper 12 wins for me.
Yeah, that Writer's Tears was nice, but the proper 12 was champ.
This is a fully drinkable, not gonna dump margarita.
No, I know. This is like I'm praying for a snow day now. It's like people listen whenever, but
I only brought the one can.
we are on the cusp of a snow day. Well, I mean,
possible ice day, yes.
After the flying ice, flying ace.
Oh, the flying ace, yeah.
And
well,
then,
I'm supposed to be at a bar at 7 a.m. tomorrow in Sterling Heights, so we'll see how that goes. Now, my alarm is set for 6:30. I'm obviously not going to be there at 7 a.m. But I also have to pick up my buddy at the airport at noon. So I don't know if any of this stuff's going to happen. if it's Ice-Amageddon like we're supposed to have.
You're like, he comes out and there's an Uber driver holding a sign with his name. August sent me.
Yeah, it's not gonna be like that. We did it a couple weeks ago. We ended up at this. My friend Mickey Lyons is doing a story about bars that open at 7 a.m. and why the people are there. And she did a nurses bar where there were all nurses and doctors and medical people. Got off at 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning. Went to the bar and had a burger. She did one. I walked into with them in East Point that was full of firefighters and EMS guys. They'd all gotten off from a couple different cities. And we went to another one that was just I've been to one that's just retired vets who hate their wives, so they have pool tournaments at 8 a.m. every day.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and that's a fun one. That one's in St. Croix Shores. And another one, this one place we went into, it had to be 9:30 in the morning, and there was an old couple in their pajamas drinking and playing Keno. I'm like, what is going on? These people are 90 years old at least.
There was this bar, the Traffic Light.
Oh, I'm aware.
Over like. I don't know, off of 94 there, right?
Traffic Light was the titty bar outside the Air Force Base.
No.
Yeah,
not
that's
that
the traffic light. That's the Traffic Light, bro.
That's the Traffic Light. No, this one's like Outer Drive in 94.
Oh, over there.
Yeah.
No,
there was a traffic stop or traffic light.
Okay.
That was like a corner bar. My favorite story was there was this woman, she would like go do her grocery shopping, right? And then she'd walk to the grocery store, and the bar was on her way home. So she'd go to the bar, and she had milk, eggs, and whatever. So they would put them in the walk-in
staples.
They put her
cooler staples for her.
Put them in the walk-in cooler for her. She'd be sitting there at the bar, and she was like, a little too much of a regular, and so she would fall asleep on the bar sometimes.
I feel attacked.
And then yeah. And so the owner's like waking her up. He's like, "Hey man, you just can't sleep in the bar here. It's just, if you're there, time to grab your groceries and shuffle the next 2 houses home.
Try not to break your eggs, honey."
She goes back to sleep. A minute later, she goes back to sleep. So he takes her drink and he pours it over her head.
Oh no.
The owner of the bar pours it over her head. And I turn to my friend and I look at him. I go, "Well, you don't see that on Cheers."
And how early in the day was this?
Oh, it was like 9 o'clock. We were pre-gaming,
I was gonna say, why were you there at 9 a.m.?
No, at 9 a.m. It was like 9 p.m.
Oh, 9 p.m. and she's walking home with her groceries. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that story's not even relevant. The 7 a.m. bar stuff, but
no, but she poured it.
Oh, yeah, but that's crazy. That's
crap
crazy.
You see,
I thought you were talking about this happened in the morning when she went to get her groceries at 9 a.m.
What's
going on? I'm like, what are you doing at the bar at 9 a.m. in the hood?
No. Yeah,
I'm like, that's the better story.
Oh yeah.
But we all get down on our luck sometimes,
We just you just look at that and you're like, you just don't see that on Cheers.
Yeah,
it's like,
there you go.
So, but it was the owner too. He was like, "Get the hell out of
here."
Well,
that's because that's the frustration, right? Because the bartender doesn't do that because they want him to come back and spend money. Owner's like, different.
Get the hell out of
my bar. The hardest thing about bartending,
because she's gonna be back tomorrow.
When you eat bartending in a dive bar,
because she's gonna drop all them eggs on the way home.
Yeah,
she's gonna have to go get more tomorrow.
I'll tell you, one of the most frustrating parts about bartending in a dive bar, which I did for 16 years, is none of the bartenders are on the same page. Because I ban a clown. That clown is the only person in there at 4:00 on Thursday spending money with bartender C. and they don't want to ban them because then they don't make any money.
Right.
Right. So when I throw the clown out for being hammered at midnight on a Friday or being an asshole on a Saturday, they're pissed because on Wednesdays and Tuesdays they're not
That's my Wednesday money, dude.
So they don't honor the bans. So it was like we have to have like staff meetings, like you have to ban this clown because he did A, B, C, and it's just yeah. Had a guy walk into Baker's the other day. I was the other day as I'm wearing my Letterkenny shirt, and he has a great
without outing anybody. How do I say this?
He's been banned from multiple bars in town, and he's the story is I'm not going to use his full first name. We're going to call him Jet Ski Bob.
All right,
but
fair
Bob
enough.
is not his name.
Fair enough.
But he's called Jet Ski Bob because he's a Canadian citizen, 100% Polish, has a heavy Polish accent, drinks way too much, gets in fights, gets deported to Canada. Back where he's a citizen, and then buys a jet ski and zips across the river, and his friends pick him up. So he's Jet Ski Bob. So Jet Ski comes into Baker's, and it's like he's banned on the list. The list behind the bar, it says Jet Ski X, and everyone knows who he is because he actually on Punchki Day he picked up a chair and threw it over his head and busted the fan.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, and then one time he tried to fight me because he was picking up drinks and drinking them because we cut him off, and he tried to kick me, and I called him Jean-Claude Van Douchebag. And he tried to kick me, and he bent my finger back. I'm like, God damn it. So he tried to kick me a third time, and I caught his leg and told everyone in the bar, watch this. Threw his leg up, slammed him down, and just proceeded to just rock this dude. And, cops showed up and found him hiding in a bush. Deported him. He bought a jet ski, came back across the border.
Oh, my God. I'd love that. He comes back on a jet ski. You just buy a dumpy old jet ski to get back across the border?
Yeah.
Does he, live over here?
Well, he's got kids over here. He's got his, his ex over here, Ogumon. So he always calls him Ogumon.
Does he have a job over here?
Yes. That he's probably not supposed to have. That's
right.
He's all cash. He paid for his burger and beer with all cash. He had a big old, what they call it, a poke.
Yeah.
Big old poke.
Oh my God.
Yeah, these guys can get hired
That's
if you work
charming
hard.
as hell.
Some of these guys, they work really hard. They work in things like demolition. They work in not like Granger, but what do they do? The boarding things up and the mold remediate what's the word?
Yeah.
They do that kind of work. That's put it on respirators.
I want to say
suits.
rehab, but when it's not
remediation, something like that.
Yeah.
So these guys work, and these are like my buddy's an ICE agent, and he would always come visit me. My college roommate come visit me in Hamtramck after he did a big bust, and he's never busting brown people. He's always busting illegally hired Eastern Europeans.
Yeah.
That are working in body shops and doing warehouse work and stuff that they're putting under the table.
Well, Urban Chris, God rest his soul, he was an illegal alien. He got deported. That's why he went back to Canada.
I did not realize that.
Yeah, that's why he went back to Canada. Yeah, that's why
such a threat.
That's why he tagged out and went back to Canada, and then cancer.
I've talked way too much on this podcast today.
I've enjoyed it. I like story time with August.
Yeah, story time with Uncle Augie is a thing, right?
It is. All right. So some of our favorite Michigan products and new and interesting Michigan products. Flying Ace, which was nice. Sweet whiskey. It's bourbon. It's a bourbon, right? It says bourbon on there.
It says straight bourbon whiskey. It tasted like a whiskey to me. I would recommend for the price point, put this on your shelf.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely worth having.
Yeah. And if it's I like something, somebody likes the sweeter one. I would try making an old fashioned with. I wonder if it would be too sweet, right? I'll give that a whirl.
Yeah, right. That's actually absolutely fair. If you put it in an old fashioned with some syrup, yeah. Okay.
So we're doing some Vernors. We're doing some Better Made chips. We got some Whiskey Tango Foxtrot margaritas, and then was there something else that or is this good enough? It's that is a special thing, right?
Well, I did bring a beer.
I'm kind of. It's a weeknight.
Okay, well, it is.
Wait, it's a beer.
It's a beer. It's not a liquor. It's from Black Rocks, my dear friends Dave and Andy that own Black Rocks Brewing. I don't know. I go up there to Marquette every year in September for the beer festival.
You did.
I've been going for like 8-9 years now, and we go right to. We don't even go. We go right to the production facility, right into the back, and start taking cans off the line and drinking. That's how
nice.
That's how wonderful that Dave and Andy are to me. This is all through my relationship with the Coonan boys. I mean, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be treated like this. But now I'm on my own. Yeah, I just show up and me and the ladies from my softball team, my softball ladies, we all go there together and we have a blast. So I grabbed.
So what's the story on this fella?
So this is the Noble Yop. Yop is a
Is this available down here?
nope.
All right.
Nope. You have to get this up in Marquette.
All right. Is any of their stuff available?
Oh yeah,
down?
you can get the Grand Rapids. Their 51K IPA is the only. I recommend it over Two Hearted to
Okay.
people, and once I
Oh.
do it, it just flies off the shelf.
51K IPA.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Because
they're-
Colin is my boy Colin. He's all about the Two Hearted. So I will throw one of those his way.
Yes, this is I sound my barbaric yop over the rooftops of the world. It's
Yup!
this
Is
is our
this,
it's a burly Scotch ale aged in rum and bourbon barrels, then
Mm.
blended.
Mm.
It's an ale that's sure to bring out the yop in all of us. So
All
this
right.
is an impressive. This is a 2022.
That's from Walt Whitman, right?
rum. Yeah, that was a Whitman quote. Well, look
All
at
right.
you, English teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the Dead Poet Society too.
Okay, that's why it's here.
So
But this is
Is
Black Rocks
that-
in downtown Marquette. It's
Uh-huh.
amazing. These guys are great. And if you want to try this, we'll crack it.
yeah, sure. I'm praying
It's-
for a snow day. I might just call in too well
It's
to
only
attend.
7:40. We go to like 7:45, right? So
Mhm.
we have 4 more minutes.
Yeah. We can. Oh, we got to clean that out.
Got to finish our margarita.
It's only 6 ounces of margarita, right?
It I don't know what that was, but
Well, is it like there's a 12-ounce can? So
so I'm gonna give my glass a little bit of a rinse.
yeah, give me a
You may
little
wanna do
splash
that
there.
too.
All right.
Now this
This is a beer blend, huh?
well, it's a beer. They aged half of it in bourbon barrels, half of it in rum barrels, and then blended it,
Uh-huh.
which is like an unheard of amount of work for a beer.
Ooh, the color on
No,
that.
it's got a great color. Yeah,
Very dark, deep dark cocoa
very
red.
reddish. Yeah,
I'd call it a cocoa red. Thick. It's very opaque. Sound my barbaric yop. Oh,
Yes. Then we don't do a lot of beer on this show. We're
No.
not a beer. When we did Blake's, did we have Kunins? We had.
we haven't done Coons yet.
Oh, we did that years ago. Didn't Piper Brock come in once?
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, we'll do that. We'll bring them in. Then we can do Dragon Mead. But if you want us, we can do beer.
I know.
I got beer.
I know. I don't like the IPAs.
Me either. Even though Drippa is the only IPA I've ever drank and said I can drink this again.
Okay.
But this also, because it's warmed up a little bit, also tastes a little bit better. This is the kind of beer that is like
That was ice cold when you brought those in here, and I
Yes.
picked it up. It was like in the car, freezing.
no, it was
freezing
it was
cold.
stashed in the back of the fridge, and I have one more. I actually bought a 4-pack for my friend Eric. He asked me to bring it back for him,
Mhm.
and I never gave it to him. I just kind of like keep breaking them off and enjoying them.
Oh, this is gorgeous.
It's for a beer.
There's
it's
a
goddamn delightful.
almost a cola
a little bit, sure.
Aspect to it. There's a little bit of cocoa, a little bit of cola, a little bit of a beer. Is it decidedly a beer?
Absolutely, it's a beer. Yeah,
It's a beer.
but it's definitely a Scotch ale, as far as like Scotch ales go.
I was gonna say because
Yeah.
you were saying ale.
Yeah.
Scotch ale, yes.
Scotch ale is a style
Yes,
that I
yes,
thoroughly
yes.
enjoy.
Yeah.
I-
That's
and
the
they're
little
better,
thicker. They're a
they're-
little thicker.
and they're better,
They're
a little warmer.
okay.
Like I had a friend who used to there's a Scotch ale that I don't know if it's Founders that makes. We used to carry it at whiskey, and my buddy would come in and he goes, "Put that in the dishwater right now."
Ah.
And I would take it
No,
and drop
I'm
it into
not.
the dishwater just because he wanted it to warm up faster. He
Yeah.
wanted it out of the cold freezer, and then he'd be like, "All right, it's been 10 minutes. Take it out, wipe it down, open it, pour it in the glass for him." It was like perfect.
Little beer and
those-
Palmolive. It's
Yeah,
brilliant.
wow. I do like a wee heavy.
You're
now and then.
soaking in it.
A wee heavy Scotch ale.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, that's nice. That is.
Yeah, but they
That
put a
is
lot of
good.
work into this beer, and it's why I'm proud, to talk about it. And Dave and his partner, Dave and Andy, are the best.
Mm-hmm.
We years ago, I took them around Hamtramck, the owners, when they were in town for the beer festival, and took them to Painted Lady
Yeah.
back when you could smoke in there,
Ah.
and they lost their minds. That's how long I've known them. You could smoke in the bar still, and we went in there.
Really?
And, yeah, and it was just
Lily's closed before you could.
Oh,
You
yeah.
could still smoke in the bar
yeah.
when
well,
Lily's closed.
Painted Lady might have gone another 2-3 years where they're getting away with it, but
Yeah.
yeah, about 3
that a-
years they got away with smoking in that bar.
All right.
It was one of those 3 years I brought them in there, and they're like, "Okay, you're now the coolest guy we've ever met."
I had somebody call to rent the podcast studio. He's like, "Can you smoke in the studio?" And
Are
I'm
you
like,
kidding me?
"Yeah." I'm like, "Well, I know what you want to smoke, and no,
No,
either way,
no, vape away, vape-tastic. Dan, there's
Yeah.
a better way to get this in your system than that.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. No, but I think the premise of their podcast was as we smoke down, we'll talk about this,
Yeah, okay,
and they want to smoke as they podcast.
I
But
get it.
I'm like, yeah, not so
No,
much.
no.
So,
So.
although I have a bar that's like 10 bottles deep on every type of booze you can
I know, right?
imagine, but I pick my vices. I pick my vices carefully.
Me too. And I'm going to be doing damp February. So
Damn February.
I'm only going to drink when I'm on this podcast or on Saturdays or Sundays.
That was my
I'm
plan.
taking it easy.
That was my plan for January. It was
It's-
like podcast
yeah.
only, and that didn't work out.
Yeah.
There was like too much Lions.
Well,
Too
that's the thing. The
Too
Super
much
Bowl,
Susie needed the
the Super Bowl.
support.
Everyone gets a hall pass if we win another football game. That's for
School kicks back in.
Sure. Well, there's that too.
It's like, oh, I'm back at school. Colleen's like, are you pouring a bourbon? I'm like,
Well,
yes, I am.
And then there's also that other wild card, women.
Yeah. So
yeah.
although I like my women like I like my bourbon. Complicated and locked up for 12 years.
Oh boy. Okay. All right, folks. Well, we want to thank our everyone that's joined us today. Flying Aces, American made, and we've got some better made chips. We've got the
Mhm.
the Vernors. We got the barrel aged barbaric yop from my good friends at Black Rocks,
So Black Rock, it's in Marquette.
Marquette,
Is it
downtown Marquette.
Is it like a restaurant-y kind of? Is there food? Is there or there's hors d'oeuvres? Is
No.
it just
Beer.
Just beer.
Yes,
Is
they're
it
expanding all the time. They might have food by the time I get up there next. Every time I go
Right.
there, there's new something.
so Marquette?
So.
Where's Marquette?
Marquette's in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan,
Okay.
up at the top.
Oh, it's way up.
Yeah.
All right.
And I highly recommend going there. It is gorgeous,
Mm.
beautiful place to visit. And if I could convince the girl I'm seeing who would rather be in San Juan, I would take her up there tomorrow and bar
Oh,
hop in
my
Marquette
God.
because I love it. The dog sled races are coming up, and it's like a
Yeah.
big deal. Like all the hotel rooms fill up, all the Airbnbs fill up, and we do the Airbnbs for the Marquette Beer Festival every year, and it's amazing.
I had not been to the UP until I was in my 30s. I've been up north, Traverse City, Petoskey, Mackinac. Never made the jump across the river until I was in my 30s.
Ain't nothing like that whitefish dip up there, buddy.
Love it. Love the UP. There's
It is God's
so
country.
much. It's simple and it's good stuff, man.
Yeah, I mean Marquette's exploding.
Yeah.
It's blowing up like crazy there,
Yeah.
and it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, if people want to, summer there, like they, and from like people from other parts of the country are flying to Marquette to stay there for the summer, I think it's amazing. Good
Yep.
for Michigan. It's a beautiful piece of the world.
So that's
I love
where
going
I
there.
did my honeymoon in Traverse City. So that's kind of why we did this podcast today was just kind of loving Michigan, man, loving Detroit. People are like, I can't wait to get out of, it's like I teach high school.
Yep.
And it's like, I'm going to leave. I'm getting out of here. This place sucks. And I'm like, all right.
First of all, you're in high school, kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
what.
Or even people our age and my age and your age, I'm going to go. You're like, go.
They said that all through my 20s, and a couple of them went. You know what I
Bye.
always said to them?
See ya.
Detroit needs me.
That's it.
I'm going to spend my energy and my time on this town.
Hell yeah.
And
I,
then I found a smaller version of it to do it in Hamtramck. And
yeah.
but yeah,
In Detroit, Detroit needs you, needs me. And Detroit needs, I need Detroit. I cannot go off about how important Detroit is culturally in America. It is,
Oh.
it has shaped America.
and the national media is going to hit you upside the head with it this next week.
But they don't even understand half of it.
No, they don't.
We're
Hell,
doing
some do.
We're doing.
We're very
no.
fortunate that Mike Tirico lives here and talks about it.
They poked the pooch. They poked the pooch on yesterday on the Lions playoff there with game with who do we pounce on yesterday?
We didn't pounce on the Buccaneers, but we beat them.
We as we danced with the Buccaneers yesterday. Yeah, that was a dance. But there was a little promo. It's because the Lions have like the second or third most pre-Super Bowl championships, right?
Yeah, we have a whole bunch in the 50s. Yeah,
And we have none
we've never been to the Super Bowl.
post.
Never even
We've been in the playoffs once.
The Cleveland Browns and Detroit Lions have never even sniffed the Super Bowl.
Right. So, but they did a little promo showing all the pre Super Bowl championships, and the first one they had labeled as 1932. So it went 32, 52, 56, 57 or something like that.
Whatever. Like 3 in the 50s. Yeah.
It was like 50. It was a 30. It went 32, 52, something, and then 57. It wasn't 32. It was 35.
Oh, because it's City of Champions.
City of Champions.
Let's bring it all full circle.
Yeah. So we're doing an episode tomorrow about that stupid 2-second video. So yeah, Detroit City of Champions. So Charles was like, "What the?" He was in Charles because he wrote the book.
Yeah.
About the whole 1935
Charles.
season. I love Charles. And but so it was funny, and I was like, I saw that we were at a bar. I was watching at a bar, so it was loud and noisy in between things, and so you're like not looking at the screen when there's not plays on. And I just caught a corner of out of my eyes. I'm like, why does it say 1932? But the other championships are up there, but I couldn't hear it. And then he messaged me the next day, and I'm like, son of a gun! I thought that was screwy.
One of my best friend's wives, was in the promo in the beginning, and I jumped up at the Elks Lodge in Ferndale. I know her. That's Heather. I know her. And I immediately texted her. This is your wife. I was like, yes. I texted her. She responded today.
That's my lodge. You were at my lodge.
Yes, I was at the Elks. Yeah, I was a guest of the Folling. It was 17 deep in the Folling family there.
Oh wow! Right on.
Yeah. Where'd you go? No, what?
Colleen picked the bar.
Okay, that was a serious old man laugh. You just pulled out.
Twin Peaks.
What the hell was that? All right,
Colleen picked the bar. We went to Twin Peaks. That's hence the old man laugh. Boobies, boobies.
Wow,
I'm laughing,
right.
man. You swear to go.
Everybody likes big cans.
We were looking. Colleen said, "Let's go to."
I've never set foot in a Twin Peaks either.
It's a lot of.
Should I go to a Twin Peaks? It's a Whole Foods or a Trader Joe's.
It's a Lumberjacks. It's a Lumberjacks Hooters.
Yeah,
is what it is. Right. It's a Lumberjack Hooters. Yeah. So it's but Colleen picked it. That's why I was laughing. I was like, boobies.
Like that's a place that my friends that are married and want to get away from their wives go to watch games.
And my
play
wife
bags.
said, "Let's go to
and throw cornhole,
throw bags." Yeah, they don't have the bags, but yeah, but well, there's bags there for sure.
Okay, all right. Once again, we want to thank you all for joining us on the Man Cave Happy Hour. I'm not Matt Fox.
We should have done this at the top, right? Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Thank you, people that hang out and
yes, thanks for story time with Uncle Jamie and Uncle Augie.
Oh crap, man, that was good stuff. So Michigan, we love it, support it.
We can do this again and have a whole other batch of products and do this show 5 more times. We have that much good stuff in the state that we can ride on
without a doubt. So like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'm not Matt Fox.
I'm not Matt Fox either, but I'm August/Augie Gitschlag.
All right, Jamie Flanagan, and we'll see you next time on Detroit Man Cave City of Happy Hour Champions.
Whatever.